to see others the way Jesus does. I once read an article about having the right perspective. I remember it changed my thinking, and it reminded me, if I am His, then I need to see His people the way He does. In Mark 6:34, it says, when Jesus landed and He saw a huge crowd, He had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd. Just before this verse, we see that Jesus was going to take His disciples into the wilderness for a rest. The crowds gathered as always. Jesus and the 12 couldn't even eat because there were so many people. So they boarded a boat and sailed towards a deserted place. But the story doesn't end there. The people followed them along the shore and they gathered ahead of them. So when Jesus came ashore, He saw this crowd of people waiting for Him in a place that should have been relatively deserted. And He was moved with compassion. Amidst all the hustle of the crowds, trying to get some rest in a place that should have allowed them to do so, He saw the crowd and He had compassion, for they were like sheep without a shepherd. I had to think about the way I see other people, especially when I'm tired or frustrated by the crowd or the duties of the day. It's a great test of our spiritual maturity. It's better than asking how much you read the Bible or know of the Bible or how often you go to church or whether you serve or tithe or pray. Life is about love and relationships. So I had to evaluate how I see other people. That's where I gauge my spiritual maturity. How does God see your spouse? Valuable, acceptable, lovable, forgivable? Is that the way that you see your spouse? Or perhaps how you see a stranger at the grocery store? The person who cut you off in traffic this morning? The man or woman on the street without a home? What is it that we see when we look at other people? Well, sometimes it may be burdensome. You're tired, you're exhausted. I get that too because I get there too. But this text is a text of encouragement. Jesus was tired, He was exhausted, and so were the disciples. But I pray that we would see the crowd, whatever that means to you today, and have compassion. Today, my prayer is that we remember it doesn't matter who they are or even what they've done or believe. My Jesus, your Jesus, died for them and loves them as much as He does you. I want to continue to grow so that I have the Jesus perspective, seeing people and having compassion beyond my own understanding. One of my favorite songs is by General John Gowans, and it says this: if human hearts are often tender, and human minds can pity know, if human love is touched with splendor, and human hands compassion show, if sometimes men can live for others, and sometimes give where gifts are spurned, if sometimes treat their foes as brothers, and love where love is not returned, if men often share their gladness, if men respond when children cry, if men can feel each other's sadness, each other's tears attempt to dry, then how much more shall God our Father in love forgive, in love forgive? Then how much more shall God our Father our wants supply and none deny? I hope you see others the way Jesus does.